We got this. Oh my God! We did it!
I'm so proud of myself. Oh.
Can we all have a round of applause for Amanda getting us live? Thank you so much, Amanda.
Oh my God! I want to
because your bum wrist. There you go.
I want to thank the Academy for helping me figure these problems out. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our Weird Girls recap. A little bit late. I apologize. I am hosting tonight. It's the Amanda Kelly. Oh my God!
just mute that. Just mute that one. She's so excited about being live that she wants to watch us live while we're live. It's liveception.
I'm just okay.
You got this.
I got this. Okay. I'm muting our YouTube link now. Instead of hearing ourselves scream like bloody murder. This is not hard. It's Google. We can get this. We got this. Okay. Now, start again. Welcome to our weekly recap. I'm Amanda, and I'm hosting this week. Okay.
You're doing a spectacular job.
Thank you. Joining us, we have Kelly. Kelly, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
And we also have Miss Denny. Say hi, Denny.
Oh, my laugh muscles hurt. They're all sore.
Okay.
It's good. It's good.
It's a good kind of laughing hurt.
Yeah. It's good to work out those muscles, you know? My laugh muscles are so ripped.
Yeah. And can I say your glasses are fabulous?
Thanks, they're my Hawkeye glasses. I feel like we have this conversation every week.
Probably. They're your what glasses?
My Hawkeye glasses. I have Clark Kent glasses and Catwoman glasses. These are the Hawkeye ones.
That's pretty fantastic.
It's good to have a theme.
It's always good to have a theme. It is always good to have a theme. Yay. Okay, so what are we doing these things? Oh, yeah, we talk about cool stuff. Like
TV.
Game of Thrones. Can I talk about Game of Thrones first? Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Wait, who watched it? Who watched it? Kelly, what did you think of this week's episode?
I literally just watched it like 30 minutes ago. I have lots of feelings. I don't know how I feel about those feelings.
Really?
There's so many things. So many things. Okay, well, let's go through what happened. So, with Sansa, Baelish takes her to, Tully?
Yeah.
The crazy lady that was, like, breastfeeding her.
House Aaron.
Yeah, but she's a Tully.
She's a Tully. She's a crazy freaking Tully.
Yeah, she's the one that was breastfeeding her, like, 4-year-old or whatever.
Weird, creepy kid.
He's so creepy. He's still creepy. And I still think he's gonna like murder everybody, to be honest.
Nap and start killing people.
Exactly. Oh. And I thought Tully was gonna kill Sansa because she thought that Sansa did the Baelish. Which I don't see why Tully would think that she would willingly do the Baelish, but whatever. She's like, my man's so hot.
Well, she really thought that, and well, Sansa had no clue, has no clue that Lysa is crazy, and we really figured this out at their little dinner / dessert talk, because I really feel for Sansa, because she probably, even though her weird boat ride over with Peter Baelish. I know she was probably in her mind thinking, I'm finally somewhere safe. Like, I can finally, like breathe, not feel like I'm going to die. So, I bet that's how she felt when she met Lysa and Robin?
Yeah. Robin.
Okay.
Robin.
So, I'm sorry, I'm checking the messages, the comments on our YouTube, and Casey Wright just said, oh my god, I came on to screaming and scared the crap out of me.
Sorry, Casey. Thank you so much for joining us.
I didn't mean to scream.
Casey is in Northern Ireland, so it's like super duperly late. So thank you so much, Casey, for joining us. You're awesome.
I could see how that would alarm someone at 3 in the morning. Three of us being like, ah!
It's nothing new for her, I think. She's used to hearing us screaming into the microphones. Anyway, Game of Thrones I thought that Lady Erin had insinuated that Caitlyn had what? Hello? Hello?
What?
What?
Hello, I'm back. Can you
Hi.
hear me?
I can hear you. You're a little fuzzy. What's wrong?
This is gonna be long. No, nothing. My connectivity just keeps popping up. It's like, oh, your connectivity is having some problems. You might want to check that. And I'm like, I can't.
No, it's not the time. It's okay.
It's not the time. Not the time. So if I just cut out automatically, I apologize. I hope that doesn't bring down the whole broadcast since I'm hosting it, which it might. I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, I apologize ahead of time. Because it's really not working like it should. Because, like, right now, I can't hear any of you all.
I don't think we're talking.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm glad you're not hearing us. That would be awfully concerning.
Every so often when there's silence, someone just say the word goat. Thank you. Do our goat calls.
I think
dolphin.
Another sip of wine there.
I'm just stressing out. Can we just okay?
So let's continue. Game of Thrones. Okay, so I think that Lady Erin was insinuating that Caitlyn and Baelish had a love affair, which we know that Baelish had the biggest crush on Caitlyn, but I didn't think they were a thing.
I don't think they're a thing yet. I think Peter's gonna force himself at one point. Or it might just be some kind of weird, creepy, dad relationship. I don't know.
Oh, no, him and Caitlyn.
Oh, I thought you were talking about him and Sansa. Okay, I'm sorry.
Her mom. Because she was like, you know what she let him do.
Exactly. And that did, yeah. But him and Sansa, I think he wants her, but I don't know if in, a sexual relationship or, a father-daughter type thing. I don't know.
I think he's gonna kill Lady Erin. So he can get with Sansa.
Oh, 100%. They're going down. Elizabeth just said, Robin needs to fly. Robin needs to fly. Down the door.
That was really good, actually. That was perfect.
That was good.
So what did you think of the exchange between Cersei and Marjorie and Cersei and Oberyn?
Well, between Cersei and Marjorie, I thought it would be a little more futile. I thought they were kind of going to really jab at each other, but it didn't seem like it. It seemed like they were forming an alliance in a weird way.
It seemed like Cersei was kind of choking on her words, maybe her dad had something to do with that conversation. She didn't really want to be like, hey, Marjorie, you should marry my youngest boy. I don't know, but of course, Marjorie played it off really well, as in, I'm still mourning for Joffrey. And of course, in the back of her head, she's like, I hated that. And of course, Cersei's trying to get her to crack, and she's like, we all know Joffrey was bad. Just tell me to my face that you hated my son. And she's stone-faced. She's like, what?
Good. She's real good. That's why I love Marjorie Tyrell.
Yeah.
Freaking love Natalie Dormer. I love Natalie Dormer.
Oh, she's amazing. Amazing. And I love Oberyn's character. A lot.
Oh, me too. And I'm sad that I'm not seeing more of him, because now I feel like he's just there. I know he's a judge for Tyrion's trial, but he came in all high horse with what's her name? Sand.
Oh, Sand, yeah. I don't remember her first name.
They came in all fabulous and dressed to the nines and were this modern thing that happened to this conservative town, just boom. And now they're kind of just kind of bummed there. So I don't know.
I think he's playing his cards right, because he just got in as they're building that alliance between the two.
Right.
So there's that, but I think he knows if he makes a move now that it after Joffrey's death and everything, it's just not going to look right.
Right. Because he knows that the whole Lannister family knows that he wants them dead. So it's like, I know that you know, so I won't do that yet.
Yet.
Like starting all these weird points in the sky. I don't know, but I love Oberyn, and the whole exchange between Cersei and Oberyn about Marcella was kind of the first one I've ever felt kind of bad for Cersei. Like she is really missing her kids, and like that's all she has, and she knows it. Yeah. So she's kind of showing a little.
After what happened to Cersei with Jaime in the last episode, I think she's really fearful for her daughter.
Yeah.
For once. I mean, maybe she always was, but we're finally seeing some motherly instincts coming in, I guess.
We are, and either that or it could just be this complete act and trying to get people on her side, because I always feel like every episode there's always one that the episode is pretty much centered around. Like last week's episode I feel like was all about Jaime. Like this week's episode, I feel like was all about Cersei. What do you think about that? Maybe. What do you think?
I don't know. I think a lot did happen with her character.
I think so too.
I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah, she kind of went on like an emotional roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like the conference between her and her father was very much like a. I don't want to say team building, but like Tywin was kind of grilling Cersei on what side are you on, and Cersei was like, I'm here for the Lannister name, and I understand that, and that's what they were going on. And of course she was trying to, dog Tyrion a little bit more, and Tywin was like, I may be his father, but I am the judge, I can't hear this, yada yada, and she continues to keep trying, so I don't know.
What did you think when Arya had said the Hound's name at the list of the people she was going to kill?
That was really interesting.
I think it was really bold of her. And, like, the look on his face, like, he kind of gave it the look like, yeah, I'll kill you too. Like, they kind of, he was like, that's my girl. And I think he's really growing fond of her. In a way. I think he is.
I don't think so anymore. I feel like he's tired of her and he wants to get rid of her, because why would he just come and break her sword water dancing train like out of nowhere? If he like cared for Arya, I feel like he would be like, let me show you how to sword fight, not just break your heart and tell you can't fight.
I think he's just frustrated that he knows if it comes to fighting, her willfulness is going to get her killed. And her arrogance is going to get her killed. Because she thinks she can fight, and she thinks she can take on these men that are heavily armored with tiny needle, and not in the way she's fighting she can't. I saw it more as he was just frustrated, and I wanted to see him teach her how to fight, but I don't know.
Okay, so they're on their way to the Vale. They're on their way to, I don't know where they are technically right now. Maybe we're going to see some more character development between them two to where that will happen. Like maybe this was like a rock bottom between the two. Mm-hmm. So now they're really kind of deciding, it sounds really awkward, but do we want this relationship to keep going or should we break it now?
No, I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying.
Right. So that's how I felt like that whole thing was. And then when she was, naming off her list and stuff, I was surprised about the Hound, of course. But I don't know about you all, but I'm really wanting some faceless assassins to come back into the storyline. Which I will say when we start talking about the Targaryens in a minute, my theory about them. Which might completely.
Well, why don't we just go ahead and talk about them?
Okay. Let's talk about Daenerys and her now Queen Dany, because she officially said, hey, I'm going to stop moving right now because now I've, taken Slaver's Bay, but now they're kind of revolted and gone back to their old ways. So now she realizes that the the lands that she took are up in a kerfluffle, and she must rule them. So we're going to see her stationary, which I think is a good idea. I think she needs to have people come to her. Does that make sense?
Well, I feel like she wants to be more than just, oh, I have this power, and oh, I have all this land, and I think she really wants to be more than that. She wants to be a symbol, and she wants to be hope for people that don't have hope, and I feel like where she comes from, it makes sense for her because she came from a place where she didn't have hope and she didn't have a home and she felt lost, and now she's giving these enslaved people a home, and she feels like she's abandoned them because now they're just being enslaved again.
Exactly.
So I'm really excited to see what happens.
I am too, and of course they're going to start talking about it next episode. That King's Landing is actually going to start saying Daenerys Targaryen instead of just that Targaryen girl with dragons. Maybe they don't even know her name yet. Maybe she's just still the Targaryen girl. They have no idea what she looks like. They have no idea who she is. Who knows? But we're getting some really interesting comments on our YouTube about Arya and the Hound. So, Mark, let's see, hold on. Mark did say, he said, Baelish never hooked up with Catelyn, but I'm pretty sure he thinks Sansa looks good enough for her. So that makes sense. I was always confused on that background between Catelyn and Peter Baelish. I knew there was something, but I didn't really know.
I knew he had feelings for her, and he was really upset when she went off and married Ned.
Yes.
But I didn't think they had a relationship, but I feel like Lady Arryn felt like they did.
Yeah, well, clearly. Letting go of Sansa, those crazy eyes just kept getting wider and wider. I was just waiting for her face to start peeling off and just exposing some random weird.
That was the best Lady Arryn impression I've seen.
She starts out so nice, and then it's just ah!
Yeah, she really threw me off when they were talking about the lemon cake, and I was just like, where is this going? And then she gets crazy. I was like, there's the Lady Arryn I know.
There she is. That's the weird mother we know. So, more stuff about Lysa and Baelish and Catelyn. Matt said Baelish was the first kiss for both Catelyn and Lysa when they were all adolescents. No.
Oh.
It's really book stuff talking, which I'm happy about. He was in love with Catelyn, but he took Lysa's virginity at the time when Brandon Stark was betrothed to Catelyn. Baelish challenged him to a duel and lost. So that is the background for them.
Huh.
Thank you, Matt.
Interesting.
Okay. And then back up to some more. So Mark says that he feels bad for the Hound, and he thinks that he likes her. I think that the face that he gave when he instantly got up and saw her missing was oh my gosh, where is she? Not she ran away. She'll be back, So I think in that part I could see, there was a connection but I just want the Hound to teach Arya to fight like a real person. But who knows? Maybe she'll maybe Arya's like Yoda. Remember in Star Wars? In Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, when Yoda's fighting Count Dooku, and we always think Yoda can't fight because he's got a little hobble around, and then all of a sudden Jun whips out his mini lightsaber and he goes crazy acrobatic around Count Dooku. Maybe that's Arya.
That's very interesting because she did that cartwheel and everything, but she went to the Hound and she was like, "I'm gonna stab you." That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Needle just went boop against his armor.
And I was like, I thought that was Valyrian steel. That would have gone through his leather belt armor.
I don't know.
If it was a little sharper, but that's
she didn't
not.
try very hard though. She was just like,
yeah, yeah, no, clearly not. And I don't know. That whole thing just is weird. Okay, so we've talked about
Bram and
yes.
Snow.
Bran, Hodor, and Joran and Mira. I can't. Names.
I don't know. What? Peter Pan and his sister.
Peter Pan and Mira. We'll just put, okay.
There we go.
Is his name Jorah? I don't know. I can't think of it right now. I'm having a lot of issues with
Crazy Eyes. We can just call him Crazy Eyes.
We'll call him Crazy Burning Hand right now. Okay, so this whole episode from last week's episode led up to the battle at Craster's Keep between his name. The weird guy that drinks out of the skull cup.
The guy from Torchwood.
The guy from Torchwood
comes in.
The guy from Torchwood taking on the Night's Watch. Well, at least like a dozen of them. So in Night's Watch, we have, of course, Jon in his fantastic outfit, which, I don't know, this is a ladies' cast, so can I just like fangirl out over Jon Snow for a second? I just love him. I love Kit Harington.
Okay, he came out like on screen. I was just like, Jon Snow.
I know. Hey, how's it going? I've on a date.
But then I
blushing.
But then I instantly wanted Ygritte there, and I was like, you need to be together forever and have lots of babies.
I just want them to work. I don't know if they will, but I want them to work. So we'll see. We'll see when they meet up at the Wildlings.
You know what? The denial that is my headcanon says that they will work in their own weird, rough, dysfunctional way, because that's the way it has to be.
Yes.
Anyway, enough about my ship. Sorry.
Enough about our ship and our girl crushes with Jon Snow. If I could have like graphics across our little web recap, I'd have like hearts, like just.
Wait. Is there an effect for that?
Find that while I continue to talk about the Battle of Craster's Keep. So the pillage and plunder and raping Craster people that are there, which is, people who have abandoned Night's Watch, are now confronted with finding Bran and Hodor and Peter Pan and Mira, and they have them locked up, and it's not looking so good for Mira when he decides to like pretty girls with curls. And I was like, oh no, I'm so tired of rape in this show. At least it's like, if you want to do it like every 5th episode. It's like every episode now. I just don't
I found the hearts.
You found the hearts? Oh my god!
That's our Jon Snow love right there.
Snow.
Okay, we're done. Sorry about that.
Oh, that was perfect.
Just for you, Amanda. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of having rape as a plot
every time. And I understand it's war and it's sort of medieval times, so that yes, it happened. I understand.
But it happens every day to lots of ladies, but I feel like it's being overused and it's being used for shock value, and at this point I'm just tired of seeing it.
It is, and when it happens, they're doing it clear for shock value, because when it happens, you instantly feel really hardcore for the person that's gonna get it. Like, no matter what it is, you're gonna feel for him. So they want that emotion from you to catch on with this character. So from that, I understand it, but I'm just tired of
I feel like there are better ways to connect with characters though than sexual assault, but
just put like a knife.
Our feelings about this, I feel like they parallel what Danny's been talking about with comic books lately.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
I want to talk about that, Danny, because I've been reading stuff about that too. So it's all kind of connecting.
I guess my thing that you have to really consider is that, like, statistically, 1 in 5 women will be raped. Is the guesstimate, or I guess like the CDC did a study a while back, and you have to consider, like, so you've got X number of women watching your show. And if 1 out of every 5 of them gets that really uncomfortable, unpleasant, take it back to a really bad place memory, like, that's 1/5 of your audience that you're alienating. And if you're going, or making them feel that way, and if you're making them feel that way, it better be for a damn good reason, not for just another, like, oh my gosh, look what we did to this character moment. I mean, it's cheap.
Yeah, it really is. Well said, Danny Danger. Well said.
Thank you. That's good. That was well done. Kelly, is there like a trophy you can pull up on Google Effects and like put it on?
I don't want a Google Effects trophy. I mean, one of the things if we can't find it.
Okay, so back to
Yeah.
There you go. Mark is gonna never again leave us alone.
Never again.
You want a cake?
again.
Here's a cake for you. I made you a cake because you're amazing.
I love cake.
Anastasia.
Cake's my favorite.
Well, here you go. Okay, are we done talking about Game of Thrones?
Oh, we gotta talk about Crafters. I'm not done with Crafters. Okay, Crafters. All right.
Who's
So,
Crafters?
really,
Guy? The guy from Torchwood?
No, his name is Carl. Apparently. I just found that-
Carl? Carl, get in the house!
Get in the house, Carl. Get in the house. Walking Dead. Okay. But yeah.
Crafters?
No, thank you to Matt for telling me his name. You know I struggle with names, so thank you. And so I'm trying to type out a comment. Just thanks for the name help, everybody. I've been getting lost with birthday cakes and trophies and just fun. Anyway, so right as Carl is getting ready to take Mira, there are people jump in and they're like, the Night's Watch is here! And they're like, oh no! And so at that point, I think, oh crap, now it's kind of fuzzy. So did Locke come in at that point and start taking them? Yes, because Carl and his crew left, and so Locke, the bad guy from House Bolton, came and is going to take Bran and pretty much everybody. So he starts taking them.
He, fireman carries Bran out, and Bran does, shifty eyes, and he goes to Hodor, which Hubs was like, he can't do that on complex crew. Oh.
What?
He can't do it on complex creatures? Oh, wait. Hodor's not a complex creature. So that's how...
Yeah, that's how and why he can take over.
Yes.
Hodor. Okay, anyway, so I will give epic moment of this episode to Hodor, / Bran,
Yay!
for breaking Locke's head off of his body. That was like a Mortal Kombat fatality. I believe Scorpion can do that. Spine rip.
Yeah, I think Hodor is practicing that move for sure.
Yeah, I was reading some things about that today because they were talking about what was that?
That was a Google effect for Hodor, and it ended up being sad trombone and not as fanfare as I wanted it to be.
Okay.
So I apologize.
We're never gonna get through this. Okay, so anyway,
he does the Mortal Kombat thing, fatality.
Just slice his head off, kind of his spine sticking out here, and then of course Bran leaves Hodor and he gets his hands back, and you see Hodor look at his hands oh my gosh, in his simpleton head he realized he did something. So that's what I was reading in some comments today because people were tired. They didn't want to see Hodor used as an instrument. They wanted him to have some kind of an emotional attachment to it. So having him see look at his hands, just that camera shot of his hands, clearly from Hodor's eyes, kind of gave him a little more emotion. And then of course Bran was like, "Get Mira and Jojen, nah, and of course he got it. But so they got away. So Bran is army crawling to Jon, yelling his name. Of course Jon's not hearing him. They get to the point where Bran can be like, Jon, and Jojen is we must keep our mission and not go back to Castle Black. We must see the three-eyed raven, yada yada. And so I'm laying in my bed chanting. I'm like, no, please, I just want to see a Stark reunion. I was all I want to see. And then of course Bran says, you're right. So off they go back to find the raven and the white tree with red leaves. Yeah. Like that. So of course Jon wins. The Night's Watch wins their battle, which in an epic way, that sword through the back of his head, up through his mouth, was just great.
It was pretty cool.
I was like, yeah, go. But I loved it how one of the Craster's daughters stabbed him in the back before Jon gave him the final hee-haw.
Yes. It was awesome.
That was cool. Okay, Mark just said nothing about Baelish setting off the war in the first place. I apologize. That was one thing I forgot to talk about. Okay, we're going back to the Vale. Sorry, guys. We're going back to the Vale. Okay, that was Craster's. Do you have any questions about Craster's, Kelly? Are we good with Craster's? Can we move on?
We're good. We're good.
So back to the Vale, and the very scene where Sansa and Peter come back from their journey in the throne room, and Sansa gets to meet Lady Arryn and the weird kid. And so she's, goes off to his chambers, and of course, instantly, like, Lady Arryn's, like, smack-facing with Peter, and he's, like, his eyes is like, oh my god, like, this woman's nuts. And of course, she's all over him, like, white on rice. And then they start talking, and then it's revealed that she killed Jon Arryn. Oh my god. Which no one knew. What do you think about that, Kelly?
Honestly, I had completely forgotten about it.
I think you're not the only one.
And when Hobbs was like, she just said she killed her husband, I was like, oh yeah. And then that's how they do with the thing, and it starts. And then I was thinking, well, that sounds like Baelish, so why am I surprised?
Exactly. So, in theory, which is actually true, Peter Baelish has started this war. He really has. By into Lysa Tully, or Arryn, sorry, to get her to kill Jon and say it was a Lannister. So, basically, having the Starks against the Lannisters in the first place. Thus the war.
Well, and that's really why I think he's going to kill Lady Arryn, because she knows so much, and she's like, I'm gonna tell everybody because I have a big mouth.
I know. Yeah, her days are numbered. That Moon Door and her are gonna get real friendly real fast. Like, real fast.
I'm so excited. Who was it? We had a comment here, and I replied, and then I lost it. Wongo1665 says, you don't introduce something called a Moon Door and never throw anybody out of it? And I said, yeah, I know, right? Because that's, I mean...
Mark said, so true. Kind of hoping it's Robin. Me too. But if you all remember...
He's gonna fly.
He'll fly.
Like a bird. Because a robin is a bird.
I will say, though...
Okay.
I will say, of all of the, like, strongholds of, like, the architecture of the castles, that one is pretty awesome. It's on a rock, like, halfway in the ocean. To get there is hard to get there, and you got the Moon Door. Like, that's a fortress. That's a big fortress, and whoever takes that fortress is gonna have a stronghold. And I don't see many people taking, the Vale. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. Talking so fast.
Are we done talking about Game of Thrones?
Are we?
I feel like we are.
Comments. Let me check the comments, because I've been trying to go back and forth, and it's hard. Oh, what should we talk about next? Should we go by, like, days? So, at Sunday, did anybody watch Mad Men? Does anybody watch Mad Men or care about Mad Men?
No, I don't watch it.
I haven't watched the new season.
Okay, so no on Mad Men, because I don't watch Mad Men.
Mad Men.
Okay.
Can we talk about Orphan Black?
That Monday?
That's Saturday.
Girl, that's the last thing we're going to talk about. We're going to go in order.
What? Game of Thrones was yesterday, lady. So chronologically, we should go backwards to Saturday. You can go ahead.
Good Lord, she is about to fight you.
What shall we talk about, hostess? With the mostess?
We shall talk about what Amanda says we shall talk about. I have a very Joffrey complex right now. I don't know why I like it.
You just got all totally crazy eyes. What else did you watch this week?
I've only watched 2 shows, so I don't know what to talk about next. So anything on Monday that anybody cared about?
I don't know what comes out on Monday that I watch.
Besides this thing? So everyone's, that's watching stuff should be watching this on Monday.
Tuesday is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Alright, talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Go. I don't know anything.
Danny Danger, you want to recap it for us?
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, so there was a huge Tahiti reveal at the end of this episode. Oh my god, mind-blowing. you sort of get the feel for the Agent Coulson like from the Iron Man movies, like before the whole Tahiti thing happened. You sort of get more of a feel for who he was then and before the whole events of the Avengers movie. And we all love Coulson so very much. So the end of this sort of reminds us that Coulson was still an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and S.H.I.E.L.D. is an organization that is based on keeping secrets and lies. And I don't know, it makes me love and appreciate Coulson since Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has started, and it shows me a lot of his motivators for building this new team that was really, you know, even though May said she had a lot of influence over it, there's still a lot of, like, rogue players that he chose and people that he picked and things like that. So you get a better feel for why he did that, and, you know, sort of the impression that maybe the Coulson that we have now is not the Coulson that he was before Tahiti, and that opens up a lot of new possibilities for the show, for the team. You guys, how did you react to it?
I'm happy for you guys. Just the way you talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I have no clue about anything. I finally just saw Winter Soldier this past week, so I'm so far behind on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, we'll continue talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. then. Oh, there we go! And we're back! Hopefully we're still...
I'm back.
Hopefully we're still going live. It looks like we are. Okay. So, should we talk about the big reveal?
Yes.
Spoilers? Okay. Spoilers! If you have not seen this week's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., mute us or something. Don't go away. Come back. We'll talk about other things. Just don't want to spoil it for you. I just got back into watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm really glad I did because this episode was so good. Do you want to tell him? You want to tell him?
Oh my God!
I want to know. Go. Tell me.
So at the end, you know, everybody's trying to figure out what Tahiti was and what this drug is that both Coulson and Skye have been given to stay alive, to basically beat death. And May is booted off the ship when, at the end of the last episode, May is basically booted off the ship because Coulson is really mad at her that she's been spying on him on behalf of Nick Fury. So they're no friends no more. So he kicks her off the ship, and she uses that time to find help for him in the form of Maria Hill, and then goes and investigates Tahiti because she wants to know, apparently it wasn't Nick Fury's orders that sent Coulson to Tahiti. Apparently he was taking advice or orders from someone else. So May goes to find out who it is, and at the very end of it, are you ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? Over again. At the end of it, at the end of everything, the battle with Hydra, getting Skye back from Ward, whatever, you find out that Coulson himself was in charge of the Tahiti project, or was involved with the Tahiti project.
So the way we find this out, May plays him a video, and it's Coulson talking to Fury, was it? Saying, "Sir, you put me in charge of this, but I recommend that we stop Tahiti because all of the tests are, you know, basically destroying these people, and it's not going according to plan. We need to completely I'm resigning from this project."
Well, the crazy thing about it was that he said that people go crazy once they know, and that's just like so bonkers to me.
Mm-hmm. The way to prevent that is to take away the memories of knowing that they've been, or take away the memories of that incident and being injected with this stuff and going through the trial, but that has adverse consequences, which is why May was assigned to watch Coulson, because he could go crazy, just like all these other trials were. And I love at the end of the video, Coulson just sits there and, like, you zoom on, like, his face, not the video, like his face, and he goes, huh. And then it cuts. And I was just like, that was my exact reaction. I'm just, oh, well, that's what happened.
I like that nifty.
Explain the like lightheartedness that Coulson has sort of adopted since you saw him in the very first Iron Man movie where he was like strictly business, you know?
Well, and it's so funny because he was like on this war path, like he was gonna kill everyone and kill this person that kept it from him, and he was just going mad with this obsession about it, and then he finds out it's him. Like, what do you do?
Somebody's not letting himself have dessert tonight.
Mark said AOS is amazing. Or was amazing.
God, it's so good.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yes.
Well, it's really starting to pick up. I've been hearing a lot from the fans, which is awesome. I'm just waiting for it to go on, Netflix so I can just binge it. I want to get in
I cannot wait till they kill Ward off. I hate him.
Oh my god. He's just a little bonkers. Like, I mean, you find out he's with Hydra, and then, like, he just sort of goes a little wonky. And you're like, oh, that he's batshit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's like, no. I mean, I can think about everything, but not to you, Sky. Not to you. You believe me, right?
Are you talking to me?
No, I hate Ward. I hate Ward.
Okay.
I hate him.
So how do you feel about the special ops guy that they are probably going to replace Ward with?
I love him, and I want him to stay.
I do too. I think he's going to.
He's so much more fun. He's a lot more fun than Ward. Like, he has a personality, and he's a person, and he's actually there to do good. And I don't know. I really like his character.
I like that they're using his character as a reason to light a fire under Fitz's ass to finally talk to Simmons, because I ship them so hard, and every time I talk to her, I'm like, dude, just do it. What's the worst she can say? No?
But he had the chance, and he was totally just like, nah, it's cool. I'll let you be with him.
He had like 18 and a half chances. He's a weenie. He needs to take care of business, you know?
He's a weenie.
He's a weenie. That's the
maybe we should take a moment and say, if you love somebody, if you have feelings for them, don't be like Fitz and be a weenie. You should. I feel like I should rhyme there somehow, but I'm not sure how. Just go for it.
Do we have a weenie?
Where were we going with that?
I don't know. Have a weenie, but don't be a meanie. Just tell them how you feel. I don't know. It's the best I can do.
There you go. You know, I don't have a weenie, but I have sad trombone.
You're having way too much fun, and I love it.
That made sense that time. That was
good. I'm done talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that's the only exciting thing that happened for me in that episode.
There is one more thing I do want to say.
Yeah.
I'm growing to like Skye so much more. Like, the stalling for time, alerting the authorities, like the first couple episodes when they like put her in the pool and like had her walk out of the pool in a wet dress, I was like, seriously, guys, are we doing this? Is she just going to be Lady Puppet? And they have just turned her character into something so cool and so, I mean, it's definitely got that like Whedon female lead stamp working its way up. And I'm really excited about that.
I really like what they did with her character and how she's developed. I think it's pretty cool.
Mark said, I hope that, he said, it's awesome that Mara Hill showed up. She's freed up a lot now since Him Yim's over. Hopefully we'll get to see more of her. So, yeah.
Yes.
Woo!
That's what I have to say about that. Yes. I agree.
I don't know. I feel like her character's kind
of... I
like
Agent Health. She's cool.
She's just dry. Okay, next.
It's the way they've written her. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Maybe we are done. I'm Joffrey.
What are we talking about?
It's the wine for emphasis that's really tying the whole thing together for me.
It's so funny.
Hold on, I did.
Do you have a Squire boy to pour your wine?
Of course. Of course I have him.
Why else do you keep your squire boys? I mean, come on.
He's gone to bed. I can't get him up. So my glass is kind of full. But hold on, I think there's a crown Google thing.
There is, for sure. Okay, so what other shows did we watch this week? God, you're so ridiculous.
Crown's on my head. I get it off.
Mark's
Okay.
never gonna leave us unsupervised ever again. Ever again.
Let's talk about sci-fi. Creature Shop.
Sci-fi?
You wanna watch that?
Yeah.
Okay. I have pictures of the winners and losers of everybody. So
Okay.
while I try to get that queued up, can you start talking, Kelly?
What do you want me to talk about?
What was the challenge this week?
I don't know, because I didn't watch it.
I thought you said you did.
No! No, I never said I did.
Did you say you did?
No.
Did we lose her?
Nobody said we watched that show.
Okay, then
You're the only one.
I am hearing things. But Danny's frozen.
What am
She's
I?
not frozen. She's moving for me.
Okay,
I think
she
you're
was
frozen.
I can hear
Anyway, what was this theme? What was this theme for?
Okay, this week's theme was they had to pick an element to basically camouflage a creature in. So
What?
yes, the screen test. I'm going to have to. Well,
That sounds really stupid.
there were comments about Shield. I feel like I should say because I'm sucking at doing administrator right now. Okay.
You're not sucking at doing anything right now.
Good. That's what I want you to say. Okay, so Caleb said, I can't wait for Sword to somehow make its way into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or the Cinematic Universe. That fact that it's linked with Kree really makes it sound like it's all coming together. I have no idea what any of that means.
So Sword is basically the universal, a little bit closer out into the outer space realm of S.H.I.E.L.D. They sort of do similar things, but it's more like the extraterrestrial stuff. And oh my God, it's funny because I've really wanted to see them introduce Abigail Brand and get into like some Madame Hydra stuff, and then so mentioning Sword is great. And what's great is that Spider-Woman eventually goes to work for Sword, and I would love to see them get her in the show if they branch out to Sword.
Okay, so if they have the Kree, that means they can segue Miss Marvel into it. And then we can have Spider-Woman and Miss Marvel being best buds forever.
We're all fangirling out hardcore. Our favorites, Miss Marvel and Spider-Woman. God, I love those two.
They're the best bromance ever.
It really is.
I love it.
I love them. Anyway,
okay.
I think we were talking about other things.
I just want to tell you too. So Mark said, and Skye was a full-on badass this episode.
Yeah, she really was.
And
Absolutely.
Eric Radcliffe said, Trip is awesome. Doesn't hurt that his dad is Howling Commando.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my God. Because it was so subtle about it. Like, it was just this conversation. He's like, oh, by the way, my dad's a Howling Commando. MBD didn't want to say anything. And then they sort of move on to more action scenes, and I totally forgot about it.
Wow.
Oh, Danny, your face. Just like,
I love our facial expressions tonight. We are so funny, all of us. This is great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for watching, Eric, and blowing Danny's mind all over again.
You blew my mind.
Again! About things you already knew but didn't know you already knew.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this week on the Creature Shop, they had to dress someone in an element like fire, earth, wind, the Avatar.
Kelly, come here. The Joffrey hammer will come down on you. Hardcore. Huh.
Sorry. Anyways, yeah, they had to pick. The screen test was set up like a forest. So there were elements in this forest that they had to pick to camouflage their characters around. So basically, if your character would pop out behind a bush, would it camouflage with that bush? But it had to be like a creature. I thought they were all kind of supposed to be like trolls. So maybe I was wrong on that, but I don't know. So here are some
Frozen.
like, don't mention the trolls in Frozen, please. Please don't do that.
I take it back.
Angers me.
Sorry.
Okay,
Queen
so
Joffrey.
I'm gonna try screen share, and we're gonna
Okay.
see if this works. Here we go. This might be fun. All right, so this is Jake, and his creature, I think he picked up a log. Was his thing? Yeah. So that's Jake, and
Here he is. It's got one eye, right?
it's got one eye. It's a cyclops. So that was his. I think he
happy.
was safe. Yeah, he looks cute. I think he looks cute. I like the sculpting work around his face. He looks neat. I don't think he was in the middle, I think. He might have been in the bottom. That was a week ago. And I had Derby weekend this week, so I don't remember much. So that was Jake. How do I get this off here? Okay, I'm back.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Hey.
So that was Jake. This is Melissa. She ended up winning. I believe she picked like this tuft of weeds or grass or something, but I really liked hers. And Melissa is really starting to get good, and I'm happy because she's the only lady. And now it's like, yeah, girl power.
Oh.
Don't look at the orbs. It's like, it kind of looks pissed, but it kind of looks cute.
It looks like it should be on the show Dinosaurs. Like, not the mama. That one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There is one on here that reminds them. I think they mentioned the show Dinosaur. Remember that show in the early 90s?
Yeah.
I think they mentioned one of these on here. Looks striking similar to that. So we'll see it. But this was Melissa's, and she ended up winning. And I thought it was just adorable. But then again, it was also really small compared to everybody else's that were like massive. So you can give or take on that one. So that was Melissa's. And I gotta get back.
You can still fudge up a small creature.
Oh, you can fudge up a lot of stuff. I have come to conclude that as a prop maker. You can fudge up pretty much anything.
Anything you can make, you can mess up.
That's
okay.
the spirit.
Here's the one they said looked too much like dinosaur. So this is Ben, and I believe he chose like just a regular rock with moss, and made this weird looking thing that pops out. It's wickedly phallic, and I don't know if that's family friendly. That's not family friendly at all.
Oh, what is happening?
I don't know. I believe he just kind of pops his head out of the rock, just kind of goes.
It's like a trunk coming out of a mouth.
Yeah, but a strange phallic-looking trunk.
Yeah.
No.
Huh.
I'm a little uncomfortable.
Okay, we're
Okay, you can take that off now.
gonna take that off now.
Appreciate it.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you were offended. We need to get out more, is what I have to say to that. Okay, so do we have two?
So which one? Oh, you have two more? Which one was your favorite?
Melissa's was my favorite.
Okay.
I liked it too much. It was cute. And this one's cute.
Oh, yeah?
Like this guy, the one that went home. This is Russ. His creature's arm broke
Oh.
at one point during, I think, the screen test.
Oh. It's like a really gross Yoda.
It is like a really gross Yoda.
It's like zombie Yoda.
Yeah. I'm not sure what part broke off. I don't really quite remember, but he ended up going home. I don't think he camouflaged enough. It just looks like he kind of made a creature. It just stuck a bunch of like.
Oh,
here
here you go.
feather.
The hand is like on the left of the creature next to the puppeteer's head.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. There it is. At the bottom left. Sorry.
Here we go.
yeah, now this is great. This is so good. I really like our dynamic. This is hilarious. Okay,
is there one more?
Yes, one more. This is Robert. He chose a lily pad, I think. Yeah, a lily pad.
Lily pad.
It's kind of creepy, but I don't think there was enough design in this one. I think he might be at the bottom. I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Yeah. So this is Robert's. It kind of looks like the Red Hat Society ladies with those old ones with the red hats.
It's like if Audrey 2 had a grandma.
Yeah,
that's what it would be.
I don't know what. It's just. I feel like she's like a grandma, like on her way to like a tea party with this.
Aww. Or like a royal wedding or something.
Royal wedding or derby in this.
Or derby.
I like the eyeball in the center of the flower, but I feel like it's kind of dumb for the creature to have an eyeball and then another eyeball.
Yeah.
Like,
but you have 2 eyeballs.
Oh, I know, but I am not a Jim Henson creature shop creature.
Oh, maybe it's like the guy in Labyrinth that has like the bird hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's his hat. It's so stimulating being your hat. You're welcome.
Okay. Woo! That was fun. Okay, so that was Robert's. Like I said, Melissa won and Russ went home, so.
Those are some pretty eyeballs.
They do have really pretty eyeballs. Everyone's really good at, like, the small things, small details, like eyeballs and eyelids and, like, noses and mouths, but everything else just kind of goes by the wayside half the time.
That's a really awesome and really strange talent to have. I'm really good at making eyeballs, you guys.
Well, yeah, I feel for him because I'm really good at drawing eyeballs and hands, but I cannot draw feet.
You can draw hands?
I love drawing hands.
That's impressive.
I love drawing.
No one can draw hands. They're, like, impassable.
Right.
And eyeballs are hard, too, because you have to make them perfectly symmetrical. You can't have, like, one eyeball going off over here, because then people think you're drawing crazy people.
Well, I can.
As she, like, holds her one, like, I'm kind of a big deal, you guys.
Kind of a big deal. Oh, where's my crown? Hold on. Let me get to my crown. What's the next thing we shall talk about while I put my crown on my head?
Orphan Black.
Orphan Black? Okay, speak about Orphan. That's perfect.
It's a tiara, okay.
Orphan Black. It's amazing! I love it! Okay, so I don't think anyone's really been recapping Orphan Black. And lots of things have been happening. I'm just going to go over what happened this week. And if you haven't been watching it, then you should. Because apparently, the 4th episode gets crazy. Like, you thought it was crazy already. No, it gets, like, way crazier next episode.
It's real. Get crazy.
It gets real. It gets real. Mrs. S comes back next episode. I'm so excited. Okay, so what happened? What?
Oh, well, Eric on our threads, going back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Eric said, Danny, Spider-Woman's already on the show.
What?
No. And he said, quotation, seriously, I'm pretty certain Skye's real name is Jessica.
I don't think so. I don't.
I would be really mad if Skye is Spider-Woman.
Caleb said now that she has had the Kree-based serum injected into her, it makes a lot of sense for her to be Spider-Woman.
No, it's going to make me really mad if she is.
Yeah, but she's
really mad.
Yeah, but I feel like there's that whole spider element that's missing to her character.
That's like such a great diplomatic way to say it, Danny.
I do, because, Jessica's backstory is, the spider situation with her parents experimenting on the spiders, and I get that they want to change that, but there still has to be, like, a spider thing, unless, like, I don't know, she meets Spider-Man one day, and she's like, oh, I just really want to fangirl hard over this, and I just don't see it. I don't know. I do think there's going to be something interesting done with her character and Coulson's character in relation to, the alien biology stuffs, but we don't even know. I mean, at this point, do we know that the alien that they are taking biological stuff from is a Kree? I mean, do we...
It seems like the best conclusion out of what people have been saying about the alien. Amanda, why are you laughing?
These comments are so good on YouTube. You all are making this the most fun hangout. I'm sorry, Market, you're not here, but this is so funny. Like they're talking about the penis monster, and everyone's just freaking out about it. Mark just said, "LOL, worst picture ever." And Casey, bless her soul, love her. And she said, "Goodness, all your reactions to that ugly rock thing made me choke on my Doritos."
Ouch! Ouch! That sounds like
So sorry.
Drink some water.
Sorry, but that was just, and yeah. Elizabeth and Mark both liked the lily pad creature, and then Caleb said it looked like driving Miss Daisy. So true. So true. So true. It was. It was just an old, like it looked like an old lady, like Red Hat Society driving Miss Daisy. Okay. Yeah. Back to your Spider-Woman theories. I apologize.
I don't think that they're going to turn Skye into Spider-Woman. I think that she's going to be her own original character because they seem to have done that with the core group. I think that they're making a lot of references to other Marvel canon outside of the story, but they're keeping it outside of Coulson's team, which I really like. Because it gives the writers a lot of room to play around with Coulson's team and a lot of flexibility. I would like to see them bring in Spider-Woman as a separate character. I don't know, just because I don't quite feel like, I don't know, I'm not opposed to Skye being Spider-Woman, I guess, if we're getting very hypothetical. I'm not opposed to it, but I'd like to see Spider-Woman become her own character,
Yeah, well. I would like that too, because I feel like, I don't watch the show at all, but I feel like Spider-Woman is that epic enough of a person that she would just be like swooping in and save the day instead of like, I've just been in hideout for like the past couple episodes and now I'm gonna pop out. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay.
But I don't want her to show up without Carol, so I'm gonna say that Skye is not Jess.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I understand the Carol thing. I would want that too.
I want Carol.
Carol. Mark said there's a lot of fangirling going on this episode.
So much fangirling.
So much. I'm surprised. Okay, yeah. For everybody who's watching, like, you should probably turn the volume down because we could like squeal, like real quick, all of a sudden, like like kind of so.
Yeah, maybe get the dogs out of the room. We'll start.
Get the dogs out of the room. And Casey, stop eating Doritos. We're killing you.
Yeah.
We don't want you to get a chip lodged in your throat or anything.
That would be awful.
That would be awful.
That's not what Weird Girls is about.
No.
Choking on Doritos. Do we need to make a PSA? Do not watch Doritos when watching.
We should make a PSA.
That would be amazing.
Brought to you by Weird Girls. Because we care.
And we care. Maybe we should shoot that when I come down to visit you guys at the beginning of July.
PSA. Weird Girls, please support our channel, support what we do, but not while you eat Doritos. Practice safe Doritos.
Paid for the foundation.
You're writing this down.
We should make the Casey Foundation, Casey Doritos Foundation.
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. I love it.
Okay. We're talking about Orphan Black. Kelly.
Oh! Oh!
That was great. Oh my god. I can't handle it.
Oh my god. Okay, so the best quote from this week's episode goes to Cosima, my favorite clone. She's my baby. She is now working with Dr. Leaky and the Dyad. I think she is using this all to her advantage. So she's in Leaky's lab, and Delphine is there. I don't trust Delphine at all. I think she's gonna break my Cosima's heart, but you know, whatever, Cosima. You can love who you love. So they're in Leaky's lab, and she's like looking at the tubes, and she's like, we should put an eel in here, and then he's gonna be like, great Scott, I have created life itself. And I said yes. It was perfect. Perfect. and it was amazing. And Cosima is so full of sass, and I love her. Anyway, so Delphine shows Cosima a video of another clone who we have not met yet, and she starts a video diary, and because they found polyps on her lungs, which is the same sickness it seems that Cosima has, and they're watching these video diaries, and it turns out that Leaky had approached this other clone to give her medical treatment, and she ended up dying. I don't know what kind of treatment they gave her. I don't even know if they were actually trying to cure it. I don't know how I feel about it because it's really complex. My emotions about Leaky and what they're trying to do. Obviously, some of the clones have this weird lung disease that's developing, and they don't know why, they don't know what it is, they don't know how to cure it. So I feel like on one hand, yes, Leaky would try to help cure the clone so that they can figure out how to save the other clones for whatever evil patent project they're doing. But on the other hand, he's a bad guy, and I can see him just being like, whatever! It's a patent! I can throw it away if I want. That's how I feel about that. Anyway, y'all are so lost right now. This is why you should watch Orphan Black. It's so good.
I agree with that. But Caleb just made a really interesting connection.
What?
He said the actress who plays Sky did accidentally leak that it was a Kree. I'm seeing a potential connection to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
I totally did. Now, does this mean that we get, like, any Rocket Raccoon hanging out with?
I would love that. I would love that.
Oh, my God.
My eyeballs are, like, popping out of my head because of the excitement that's brewing inside my brain.
Oh, my God, I love Rocket Raccoon. Blam! Killed you in the face! Best.
I just love that. I love that. I gotta find a Google effect that expresses my emotion right now. Hold on. Hold on. Gotta find it. That's it.
That was. I would be really upset if it was Kree and they did not bring in Carol Danvers as a character in Avengers 2. I would be
well, Eric mentioned, he said Carol Danvers was confirmed for Avengers 2 already, wasn't she? If they haven't said if so, she'd be powered, but I swear they said she's in it, which I believe that is true. I swear I think they casted Carol Danvers for Avengers.
I know that there have been rumors, but I feel like here, I'm going to check this out because I feel like I would have known.
Right.
If they casted somebody, because I would be like, I love that person, most likely.
First off, look at my monocle I found. I feel so much. Oh wait, smarter. I feel like I should really be reading the New Yorker. All right.
It looks like it's a rumor now.
A rumor?
Yeah.
I thought she was cast. Why don't we have Miss Marvel yet? I don't understand this.
Well, okay, just because she's been cast, though, doesn't mean she's actually going to be, like, a heavy hitter. I want her to be an actual character and not just like, oh, hey, guys, bye! You know?
No, right.
Like, if she's going to be there, she needs to be there. Don't just be like, oh, here's an Easter egg for you guys. Have fun.
Here you go, have fun. Like, just...
God.
Girl.
That made me even more upset.
The rumor mill keeps going on about Black Widow getting her own movie, and I would love to see Natasha get her own movie. Don't get me wrong, but I would take a Carol movie over a Natasha movie any day of the week.
Oh yeah,
oh for sure.
Oh, yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Carol is boss.
Yeah.
And plus, it would be really awesome if they could give Carol a movie and then get Kamala in on that, you know, somehow. Like, that would be a good Easter egg.
Yes!
That would be good.
That'd be really cool. Like, she passes the torch.
Yeah.
So Carol goes to be captain, and she passes the torch on to Kamala.
Yes. Yes. Best ever. Best ever.
We are shipping so hard today, guys. Like, we're fangirling, shipping, we're putting so much themes.
Wait till we get to Arrow, you guys.
Okay, can we talk about Arrow next? Okay, we're not going with Orphan Black. I don't know. I'm sorry. Go for it.
It's okay. We can talk about Arrow. It's okay.
Oh, when's your Orphan Black?
We're not trying to
No.
steal your moment from you.
We're
It's
actually
okay.
making pretty good time, I think. Because I feel like right now, if Mark was here, no offense to
No,
Mark,
because we still have Supernatural.
Oh,
And we have Arrow.
okay,
So let's talk about Arrow.
go.
So I am starting to get to the point where I'm yelling at the screen every episode, just tell Thea the truth! This is so annoying. Everybody else is finding out. And Thea still doesn't know. And it's like, dude, just get it over with. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Tell her all the truth. All the secrets are causing problems. It's just starting to piss me off almost. But other than that, the show has been incredible. Are you guys watching Arrow at all?
No, but just so you know, Casey said it's okay. She was eating junk food. Now she's back to fruit. So she's not going to choke on eating Doritos anymore.
That's good.
All right, we can rest calmly now, knowing that your throat is safe.
I'm not watching Arrow. I only have one friend that watches Arrow, and that's April. I don't know if you're watching this, April.
So
But-
why are you screaming at the screen? So
It's
much?
just like Ollie and his mom have been keeping secrets from his sister this whole time, and it's been like fueling her rage. And at the beginning of the series, I was like, "Oh my God, she's so whiny and annoying!" And it's just getting to the point where it's like you're not telling her that your Green Arrow is like screwing stuff up so bad and making so many complications that are just not necessary. That if you would just like get over yourself and tell her, everybody would be happier. Because like you've seen Young Justice, so you know about Green Arrow's sidekick, and it's in the show they have a version. It's Roy, and like things get really intense with him, and he's like really dangerous. And Thea's like, "Oh, hi, here's where I am. You can find me on Google Maps." And everybody's like, "Don't do that." And she doesn't know why. Like, she doesn't know that she's not supposed to be doing that because she doesn't know the full story. She doesn't know what's going on. And it's just like really, really frustrating for like all the secrets to be out there. But I really liked this last episode was the very first time throughout the whole series that I have liked Laurel. Laurel is the Black Canary character Sarah's sister. And she was like, she's the DA, or she's assistant to the DA. She works for the DA's office. Her father is the cop who works with the Green Arrow. And like, she finally knows who Ollie is. She finally knows he's the Arrow, and she joins up to help him. Uses her instincts and awesome lawyering ninja work to figure out who is involved with Deathstroke and who is helping to take Ollie down. And it's just she unfolds this pretty big conspiracy that really helps give Ollie an upper hand in the situation, or I hope helps give Ollie an upper hand in the situation. We haven't really seen how that plays out yet, but this was the very first time in the series where I feel like they didn't make her the whiny, complainy person, and they made her a badass, because everybody else went to go fight the bad guys, and she was like, I could stay here, or I could wait till this dude's about to choke you to death and I could hit him over the head with a lead pipe, because that's
always a lead pipe in the library with Colonel Mustard. Always.
Yeah. And, there's this cliche, it is sort of a trope or a cliche of the girl who gets told to stay at home and doesn't. It's always been one of...
What, Carl not staying in the house? Yeah.
Yeah, like Carl. Carl's the girl who just won't stay home.
Oh my gosh. We just compared Carl from Walking Dead to the woman who won't stay home.
Yes.
Because it's the truth.
We're going to have so much hate mail.
It's everybody knows, okay?
So, and the other thing that I will say about Arrow, there's all these, they deliberately do this where you're about to find out a huge secret, and then something crazy, outlandishly, statistically improbable happens right before the person tells you the secret. So, like, Arrow's mom is like, I have a really big secret to tell you guys, in addition to that just puts the cherry on top of all the other secrets that I kept from you and you found out accidentally. By the way, it's boom, we get hit by a car. Smash, everybody's unconscious. Seriously? That does not happen on the That only happens on the CW.
It's like, if you didn't say for 5 minutes that you had a secret to tell me, and then you just told me the damn secret, we might know the secret by now.
We're up a crick.
Exactly.
Up a crick.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then, you know, I don't want to spoil. Or is everybody okay with spoilers? Is everyone?
Oh yeah, this whole thing is a spoiler. If you forgot,
everything is spoiler.
Yeah.
But then, you know, before she can tell the secret, his mother is like murdered a lot. And,
a lot? Was she murdered multiple times and a lot at one time?
Just a little. Like a lot, to a large degree.
She was murdered so many times.
Specific.
Like, she exploded. She exploded.
No. She was just sorted through the chest. But you have to be very specific about these things because not everybody in comic book character, you know, not everybody in comics dies for real dies. So she was murdered a lot. Like, I don't think she's coming back.
I understand that now. Like, how you put it.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, yeah.
Okay.
Just so
That
we're
makes
clear,
sense.
I don't think she's coming back from the dead.
She wasn't murdered. She was murdered.
Yes. Like
She was like Wayne parents murdered.
Yeah. Yeah, like gone. Like motivator for somebody's plot line. Gone. And
Murdered.
So she's like super dead and
Super dead.
super dead. And like really get crazy, but you're never gonna know that secret. And it's so frustrating. It's like, really? Really? Did they have like a bug planted on her where they like, ooh, she's about to say something exciting. Let's kill her now.
Most likely.
Yeah.
That's what the bad guy did. That's what Deathstroke was like, ooh, good timing. And then the only other thing that I will say about this show is that, speaking of shipping, I really, really like Felicity's character. She's sort of their tech person. She's like a whiz with computers, so she's Ollie's eyes and ears when he goes places. She's the person in his ear. And Diggle is the guy who sort of helps him out. He was his bodyguard. Now he, you know, helps with the martial arts stuff, with the weaponry, all that, with the covert ops, blah, blah, blah. He's just like sort of Ollie's backup guy. And, you know, they have this team of the three of them, and then the Black Canary was there for a little while, and they've had characters kind of go in and out, including you know, the Flash, and
yeah, that's coming up. I forget about that.
And you know, everybody was really excited when the Flash came on because he and Felicity have this chemistry and they got along really well, and everybody was kind of like, oh yeah, they should get together. And it's like, no, he's gonna be with Iris. We already know how this ends. Like, it's just
yeah.
Keeps,
okay. We have some comments about. At least I think they're about what we're talking about. So, Mark, I'm just gonna mention names because I don't know who these people are when they're talking about. So Mark said they really need to tell Fia, but I'm going to be glad that she's paying for being such a brat. Even though she's only really 18. I believe that's an Orphan Black.
No, that's actually Arrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely, when she does find out, there's definitely going to be this moment of, well, I'm really embarrassed. But what can I do? Nobody told me.
Yeah.
For making her embarrassed. Because she's always going to be mad. She's still.
I made an idiot of myself because of you, Ollie.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pretty crazy.
So Eric said there was no reason for Ollie to not tell her the truth, though for the record they've been writing her like an idiot for several episodes now, so the fact that she didn't figure out her brother was Arrow is so infuriating and it's not even funny.
Well, and that makes it even harder because like right before she died, his mom was like, honey, I know, I'm your mom. Are you kidding? You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. And
You're kidding me, really?
And you had to know that she knew. Like when she said she knew, it sort of made sense. It was like, oh, duh, she's not blind, deaf, or dumb. And so, you know, it's
like, honey, I saw the makeup receipt in your bag. Okay.
Yes, I saw the receipts.
But when the show started, I think she was supposed to be like what, 16, 17. So she was definitely still in this, like, you know, and she's a little rich girl, and she's definitely painted to be that way. So, I mean, I could see how she is in such a place in her life where she's so egocentric that she didn't really bother to give it too much thought. She's just thinking about, like, oh, this is what my family has done to me by not telling me the truth. This is what's been done to me. And I think that when she finally does find out that Ollie is Arrow, I think that might be a defining moment for her character, where she stops being so selfish and she stops thinking about herself all the time, and she starts understanding through Ollie's eyes what it takes to make that sacrifice for the greater good, and not being worried about, like, what's being done to you or what's happening to you. And I would like to see that. I would just like to see it right the F now, because it's getting really frustrating that they're just, like, still lying to her, even though all this other stuff's going on. And I totally ship Felicity and Diggle. By the way, I have to get that out there. I ship them. It's been a growing thing for me. I really ship them, and I think he looks at her, and she looks at him, and they're like, oh, teamwork, and I'm like, oh, teamwork and dating.
Babies, right? Babies.
Babies everywhere, all over Arrow's lair. Babies hanging from all that workout equipment.
Half of them have, like, the thick glasses, and the other half have, like, vests, like a Kevlar vest.
Yeah. They come with scars already, straight out of the
Yes.
Wow.
You know, and the other thing that I'm really enjoying about Arrow, and I have to talk about this because I've wanted to talk about this for a while, is Amanda Waller. Because in the DC Comics franchise, she's one of my favorite characters for a lot of different reasons. Namely, that, like, when you think about it, especially comparing Marvel to DC, she is basically a lot like Nick Fury. She does a lot of the same secret-keeping stuff, but the way that the DCU is written, she's more thought of as a villain. She's characterized as a villain, but when you think about it, she doesn't really do anything that Nick Fury doesn't do, which is really interesting to me. It's just a difference between how the character is played off, and I really like what they've done with her, and I'm so glad they've included her in the show, and I want just more of her all the time.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Amanda, please.
But it does frustrate me when you read the comic. Amanda Waller is a short, more heavy-set woman. Like, she just looks like a normal person. And I couldn't help but notice how young and tiny they made her in the show. And it's like, you know, I mean, I appreciate that you guys feel like everybody needs to be beautiful, but you realize that's not the way the real world works, right? And, like, they had this opportunity to put a real-looking person on the show, and they were like, nah, I don't think we'll do that.
Nah, it's CW.
Yeah, CW. Speaking of CW,
yeah.
Eric said something about, I've lost it. Said something about Supernatural. Oh, he said that there was not a Supernatural episode this week. Kelly, come on. Wink face. It was a backdoor pilot for a terrible-looking train wreck of a show. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Ah. Am I supposed to laugh at that? I don't even know. What? Yay? Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. Was that a jab at Supernatural? Eric, were you jabbing in Supernatural? Because if so, I'm the only person who's allowed to jab at Supernatural.
I took it more as don't talk about Supernatural.
So we can talk.
But
Are we good with Arrow, Danny?
We are good with Arrow for now. I mean, I could talk about it for hours, but we can move on.
I could talk about the feudal system of Westeros for hours too. So we'll move on. And so we'll talk about Supernatural, Kelly. Please and thank you.
Okay, so what I think Eric was getting at is that this episode of Supernatural wasn't very supernaturally. Basically, it was like, where's 17? Throughout the whole episode. So, yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. But, okay, so what happened was this guy is at this Fancy Pants restaurant, and he sees this guy and his reflection in the mirror, and it's not a person, it's a thing. and then they go to like this back secret club, and it turns out to be like vampires and werewolves, and there were some other creatures in there. I can't remember what they were. It was mostly vampires and werewolves. And the guy leaves the restaurant because he kind of gets this feeling that shit's about to go down. So he leaves with his girlfriend, and this guy comes out and he attacks them. And this, is he a vampire? I think he's a vampire. I don't know.
Are we watching Twilight right now? Because I feel like we are.
What?
Twilight? Is this like Twilight? The way you're describing it makes it sound like Twilight. I apologize. I know you like it.
In a way, in the fact that the vampires don't really like the werewolves, but it ends up being more like, stop talking to me. My husband is talking to me while I'm trying to tell the recap. Just let me tell the recap.
Boy, okay. Don't make me come through the screen.
So what happens is that there end up being two families. One family is a family of werewolves, and one is a family of vampires. And they have like this Romeo Juliet kind of thing going on. So the son likes the daughter.
That's Twilight.
Twilight. It's not Twilight. It's not Twilight. Oh, okay. It's not vampires. It's shapeshifters. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, so it's not vampires. It's shapeshifters. Whatever. Obviously, I was thinking it was vampires because whatever. Whatever. So, okay. Can you hear him talking to me?
Yes, I can.
You're being rude.
We are doing a web recap, and I am running the show. Move along.
Okay. Yeah. So, they love each other, but they can't be together, and the daughter's getting married off because apparently people still do that nowadays. And I don't know. It was just a whole lot of shapeshifter werewolf drama that nobody cares about, and Sam and Dean weren't there except at the very end when they come and basically kill a lot of people, I think. Is that what happened?
Maybe.
In this episode? Maybe.
So they were not super dead. They were not like a lot of dead.
They were not dead.
Sam and Dean are not dead right now. No, because Sam and Dean get dead, and then they get not dead, and then they get dead again, and then they get not dead again. So,
they're like superheroes.
In a way, yeah. I just wanted to get back to Sam and Dean because I don't care about this vampire shapeshifter werewolf drama. I don't care. I want my Sam and Dean, and I want to figure out what's happening with Metatron pretending to be God when he's not.
Oh, I forgot. There's like a biblical element to the show. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. It's... the episode Metafiction actually really made up for all my feelings I've been having about the show. Metafiction was like 3 weeks ago or something. But that's where Metatron comes in, and he does some things, and Cass is like, oh, I gotta rally all the angels, and Metatron's like, yes, do what I want you to, yeah, because I am God, which he's not, and it makes me so mad, and I wish the real God comes back. I hope it's Carver, that is God in the show. Okay.
Yeah?
The reason why I hope it's Carver, because you're looking at me like I'm an idiot, is because he writes these really ridiculous, like, almost Harlequin romance books about Sam and Dean, and calls them Sam and Dean, and the book is called Supernatural. And, like, it's the same plot line, right. And so it's insinuating that he's God, and they do it in a very amazing, supernatural, humorous way, and I see your face, and you're just like, this is retarded, but actually...
I hate the CW. I can't, oh God.
In this supernatural way, it's fantastic. See, the words coming out of my mouth, they sound really awful. But when you watch the episode, Amanda, trust me, you'll be like, oh, this is amazing.
Nope. You cannot force me to watch that. It won't happen.
Okay, we need you to watch the episode where the trickster puts them into the TV land, because I think you'll fall in love with Supernatural. Sam, the pretty boy, does a hemorrhoid commercial, okay? How can you not love that? Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, that's weird.
Anyway, that's Supernatural, and I really hope we get Sam and Dean next week, because I'm tired of this drama.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Okay.
It's like they made me feel really awesome and really better with like metafiction, and then they just like into the ground. It made me so mad.
Well, we have a lot of comments that people have been talking about various things, so I'm gonna try to back it up a little bit and say some things. Mark said, not to sink your ship, but Felicity and Diggle, no way. Felicity and Ollie, maybe not Diggle.
Oh,
no.
I do not ship Felicity and Ollie at all. She could do so much better than him.
She is too good for Ollie.
Way too good for Ollie. Like Mo Betta. Like,
yeah.
Diggle's like, oh.
It makes me mad just thinking about it.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
It makes me mad thinking about Ollie and Felicity.
Yeah, that would just be a waste of a Felicity.
He's gonna break her heart, and he's not even gonna care about it.
It's totally coming. Like her feelings for him are going to get to a point, and he's gonna be like, no, you're too good for me, and he'll be right, of course, and she'll be like, I'm so hurt.
And then she'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what Mark's beef with Diggle and Felicity is, because it's growing on me. Like, at first, it was sort of just like a tiny little ship in my brain, and then the Flash thing happened, and I was like, okay, distraction, something shiny over here, and then, like, Ollie and Sarah got together, and then I was like, oh, more distraction, and, like, just in this last episode, the way that the two of them work together so well, I was just like, babies.
Babies.
All of the babies.
Well, I hope he replies on what he thinks about that. We've had some Twilight Supernatural things connection. So before Eric said, still curious if we're going to see the Suicide Squad again by the end of the season. I would think at least bringing in Deadshot and the Claw Dude would help save the day.
I would really like to see that.
Yeah.
I would like to see Ollie utilize that group, and it could happen because Diggle is dealing with Amanda Waller right now and basically asking her for her help. He asked her for help to find Ollie and figure out where he was after his mother died. But I think that now that she and Diggle have sort of opened up that line of communication with reference to what Ollie's doing, and the fact that the conspiracy for Starlight City has gotten so much bigger, I think that if Amanda gets involved, that is a really good opportunity to see the Suicide Squad again. And I don't care what they say. I know they're saying it's not Harley, but Jesus, can we just get some Harley? Everybody wants to see Harley on screen. Everybody. There's not a person alive.
She's such a freaking popular character. I'm surprised we haven't seen her yet. I don't understand that. It's like Marvel. I feel like they're the same person, kind of. Not really, but as in fans want to see them.
Well, and I think that the intimidation factor of such a popular character, bringing such a popular cartoon character to life in live action, can be daunting and scary. But and DC on the whole, their entertainment franchise is really familiar with the whole, well, we're scared to do it, so we're not gonna. And to that, again, I say, Rocket frickin' Raccoon, a space raccoon with a gun. Come on.
I know. DC just can't get it together. Like, nothing clicks there. They're too scared to do anything, and if they try something, they're like, oh no, it just failed again. What are we gonna do? But yet,
afraid of the lady heroes. They're afraid of lady heroes, and I don't like it.
They are really afraid of lady heroes, and
don't be scared.
Ugh. We'll see how Wonder Woman plays out. Maybe that'll be like the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe what's her last name? Gal what?
Gal Gadot. I think.
Yeah, maybe she'll like just be so amazing on screen that finally everyone's going to be happy about a DC movie again.
I hope so, but if they only give her like 5 minutes
to put her on.
Yeah.
They're not going to put her on for long, though, I'm sure.
No, they're not. I have this daunting feeling that it's going to be like, hey, Wonder Woman. And anyway, and I'm going to be like, look.
Right. So
they don't. I think DC is just, they don't understand. They don't understand that these female characters have such a backing with the fans that they all care about are the ones that they can make merchandise out of, and it's pissing me off because I'm so tired of seeing Superman and Batman. I want Wonder Woman.
Their crazy eyes are coming out.
I feel like it's a merchandising ploy.
Well, and there's just, I mean, it's not even just, you can also include some really fantastic female characters into, and Arrow's done a really good job of this. They've pulled Black Canary into the mix. They've pulled Helena into the mix. And they're going to keep continuing to do those things. So Arrow, not so much being bad about it, but like the movie franchise is like a total sausage fest. And we got Talia, but we didn't even find out that Talia was Talia until the very end. And we got Catwoman, so that was great. But in the new series, like, I don't just want walk-on roles for these ladies. I want these ladies to have their own storylines and their own thing. Like, seriously, give us a movie. Give us a movie about any DC lady. Any DC lady. Nolan, please. Christopher Nolan would do an amazing Batwoman. I mean, so amazing. I'm just kind of thinking about it. So dark.
So good. Okay. So Mark said that Supernatural is not Twilight, it's True Blood. Do you agree with that, Kelly?
It's not Supernatural. It's that episode.
Okay.
So I don't want to talk about that episode anymore. It just really makes me upset.
Right.
They would use my Supernatural to try to do a stupid spin-off that even, like, I agree with Eric. It's not even the Ghostfacers or Death or Kane, which deserves his own, like, whole storyline, because what the hell is going on with Kane? I don't even know. But apparently, the Mark of Kane is making Dean crazy. Crazy pants. Like, he really, 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 really enjoys killing people for dead. Like, more than he did before. Yeah. It's getting bad. And it makes me okay, what makes me really upset about Supernatural right now is that this was supposed to be the very last season. And they were going to end it. And there are some good episodes, but then you throw in this piece of crap Bloodlines? Like, really? Really? My last season of this show ever, supposedly, and you throw in that BS.
I'm sorry. I feel for you. Like, I just want to, like, pat you on the head.
Thank you.
Yeah. No problem. What can we talk about next? What shows can we talk about? It is 12:15. 15 more minutes will be going on for 2 hours. So what can we talk about in the last 15 minutes?
Those are the only ones I've seen.
Me too. I'm a lot of shows, you guys.
A lot of shows? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Have you guys watched anything awesome on YouTube, please?
Oh yeah, the YouTubes. Nope.
So Marcus got me into watching the PBS Idea channel, and that's been kind of blowing my mind. Actually.
Do tell us more.
Yeah, yes. So the 3 episodes that I watched that were like super mind blowing. I watched a couple more, but the episodes that I watched that were super mind blowing was one of them. They talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender and whether or not it's actually an anime because it's not technically created in Japan. And so is it like, he talks about, like, is it one of those things where, like, champagne is only from France and everything else is sparkling wine? Or is it just, like, kind of elitist to disclude this thing that is so very obviously heavily inspired by real anime? And so it was a really interesting conjecture. He also does, he also talked about Captain Marvel, the new Ms. Marvel, and Kamala, and the effects of that on, you know, the comic book industry, and how we need to diversify, and how important it is for all different kinds of people to have characters to look up to, and for comic book readers of all different, you know, shapes and sizes to look up to characters of other races, genders, that kind of thing. and just about the general effects of this title coming out. It was great. And then the other episode I watched was an argument for whether or not people believing in and referencing Harry Potter made Harry Potter real. Oh my god. Like, the fandom is totally legit.
Wow.
Based on the arguments in this video, and it's amazing. Harry Potter is real, you guys. He's real, and I'm friends with him.
I Danny's officially gone crazy.
I don't think that you can watch the Idea channel anymore. No.
Blowing my mind. Mind blown.
Just trying to think about that whole concept hurts my brain.
Well, the fact that I just got an image of Danny at a train station, like, ready to, like, seeing, like, the...
Like, running her little cart into...
Yes, and I can see her, like, ready to run, just like, okay, here we go,
limbering up.
I have a shopping cart. I just have not managed to make it to the train station yet, but I do have a wand already, so this is happening.
I believe in you, Danny. I'll be right behind you with the first aid kit when you crash and boom.
Thanks, you're a good friend.
But we'll all have a fun trip to England and try to make, you know, not Game of Thrones. I don't want to make Game of Thrones. No. And try to get to Hogwarts. Harry Potter. Eric said, "No, Kelly, we're getting one more season of Supernatural." Smiley face.
No. I know we're getting one more season, but before when they were shooting this season, they were like, "This is the last season ever." And then in February, they were like, "Oh, everybody loves it." Just kidding! You get another season.
Okay.
So yeah.
We gotta talk about this for another freaking year.
Hey!
Sorry. Oh, Caleb said something interesting about the female, when we were talking about DC and the female characters. He said, I think DC has a hard time with female characters because of fan backlash. I mean, it's been a long time since fans were pretty happy with Wonder Woman in a live-action film or show, and DC doesn't want to push the envelope with their fans. Do you agree with that?
Kind of, yes, but I think that's just an excuse for them not wanting to do it. Saying that we might not do it well enough is not an excuse for not trying or not doing it. I mean, if you're going to do it, I mean, just make sure that you do it well. I mean, you've got the entire Warner Brothers franchise behind you. Surely you have the resources to pull it off.
Right? It's like, I'm going to suck at it, so I'm not going to do it.
It's very Eeyore, DC. Like, doesn't matter anyway. You know? Like, that's perfect. Kelly nailed it. And you know, it's so frustrating, the whole thing, because telling me that you may not do it right, so you're not even going to try, is like, all these studies have come out. Women are the fastest growing demographic in the comic book community, and that's not even in the entertainment industry. Like, how many women went to see the Avengers movies? How many women saw, you know, Christopher Nolan's Batman? Like, how many girls do you know are fangirling so hard over these things? I mean, we're out there, and we're not exactly we're not going to be the minority for long if we're still, by numbers, the minority now.
Right.
That dumb.
I don't know. I want there to be a Wonder Woman movie in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I want it.
And the Wonder Woman franchise from the 70s, Linda Carter, proves that it can be done.
It can be done. I mean, she was amazing. And I feel like Linda Carter would be, like, on set directing people about, okay, Wonder Woman can go. We can do this, guys. Like, she's like their cheerleader. Because I know
if they do not cast her as Hippolyta, I will riot. She's perfect for Hippolyta. How awesome would that be? What a great throwback.
If they don't, I will join you.
Yeah.
Because I want that to happen. I love Wonder
Woman. Boom. Done.
Damn. Okay.
Pass next.
So, yeah. Let me refresh the comments one more time. See if we have any others.
Freshy fresh.
Fresh. Okay. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Okay.
We're popular.
We are very popular tonight. And the Jay said, let's talk about Doralis and the Associates. You all know that reference?
Doralis and Associates?
It's a YouTube series, I think.
I don't know it.
And I have not seen it. No, they've mentioned it before, and I haven't seen it yet. Doralis
that's what,
and Associates.
Yeah. Jay also said Mike Rugnetta is awesome. You should also check out Game/Show. I'm assuming this is all YouTube stuff.
Yeah, this is PBS Idea. That guy is wicked red with his brain. I love the way he thinks about things. I really do. Just his whole train of logic and his reasoning for things, and then like mixing the humor in. I heart that guy. I want to hug him, which is creepy. I know
is
that.
That what you're talking about on Netflix or Hulu or something?
What's up?
I said the PBS thing that you're talking about, is that on like Netflix or Hulu or something?
It's the PBS Idea channel on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's totally giggity. You should check it out. It's amazing.
I would love that. I love PBS. I grew up on public channel television so much. Also, Eric said, wait, Danny, have you read The Unwritten, which is a Vertigo book by Mike Carey? It's basically what was described. What if Harry Potter were real? It goes into everything imaginable about written fiction. It's so good.
So the lead character from The Unwritten is supposed to be a character whose father wrote a series very much like Harry Potter and based it off of his son, and then his son grows up. And I actually have only read the first volume, and it was like years and years ago. But it's the best book that I have sold this book to so many literary geeks. Like, people who are really, really, really well-read and enjoy literature and fiction stories love this book. I liked the book when I read it, but for some reason I just got caught up reading something else. And they just did a Fables crossover not too long ago that was, like, a big deal, and I will read all the Fables forever and ever. So
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good. Mike Carey wrote Lucifer, which I read. I mean, I consumed like pistachios because you can never stop eating pistachios until they're gone. I did the same thing with Lucifer, and he wrote it, so I know I'm a fan of his already.
All right. Casey said that. Wow. All right. She said some of Game of Thrones was shot like 30 minutes away from her, which is awesome because she's our.
I believe it.
Casey, I know it's probably 6 a.m. where you are right now.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Super
our friend
early.
from Ireland. For those of you who don't know, she's from Ireland.
Commitment.
Ireland.
He has it.
What?
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 She has commitment. Yes, I agree with that.
Yes.
Lots of love.
Jay said also Gwendolyn Christie needs to be involved in Wonder Woman to some capacity, if not as Wonder Woman herself. The name is not ringing a bell. Gwendolyn Christie.
Church.
Are you looking it up?
I am. I'm totally looking it up. But I don't know how to put it on the screen.
Oh, Brienne.
Brienne! Oh my god! Oh, yeah!
Yes.
I don't know if she's Wonder Woman, but I know she's an Amazonian.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I could see her as Wonder Woman. Hell yeah.
The good thing about a great Wonder Woman backstory is that like you can find as many strong female actresses, really good female actresses as you want because hey, guess what? She lives on an island full of women.
Uh-huh.
So you can just keep throwing them in there, and it would be great. And I would really like to see them cast Artemis. I would love. I can't even tell you how much I love Artemis. Hard ass. Not that Artemis. A different Artemis.
Justice Field.
I know. I said a trigger word.
They were supposed to go to Paris.
And she's inconsolable for like 3 hours.
Sorry.
God damn it, Artemis.
Sorry to Hubs Nova for the emotional situation that he now has signed up for.
It's okay. He's used to it. He triggers it all the time.
Man, we have gone on for almost 2 hours now. This has been insanely amazing and so much fun. You're so awesome! Our Ferris web recap.
You guys.
Flying solo. There's a little tear in Mark's eye as he regrets us
There
doing
is.
this on their
I
own.
don't know, you might feel like...
Sometime this was fun. Even though we had problems getting on at the beginning. My internet has not shut out yet, knock on wood. Only once, twice.
3 times?
3 times. Okay. 3, 5, 3. Sorry. Yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think
That's
so.
great. That's great.
That's all I watched this week.
It's getting really late.
It really is. I think we have hit our max capacity for the evening.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. I've been looking at my dinner for like the last 2 hours.
Why have you
Alright.
not eaten dinner yet? That's ridiculous.
Because it didn't arrive until after I started filming.
Oh, I've been watching a thing on YouTube. Someone suggested in my Loot Crate unboxing to watch Ashens, Ashens, do an unboxing. It actually, he does like, he has this wonderful British accent. So
Ooh.
everything sounds super sassy and super fantastic. And he opens like the mystery bags and like the Loot Crate unboxings, and it's very interesting what he does, and I love it. And he's sassy, and we absolutely have complete polar opposite opinions of this month's Loot Crate or April's Loot Crate.
Oh, Dragon one?
Yeah, and I was like on the floor. He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna open this, and it better not be any of those vinyls." And he opens it, and there's 2 in it this month.
Oh,
I feel so bad for him. Anyway, Ashens, Ashens. You should go check him out because he's fantastic.
Okay.
Yar.
Got it.
Yar.
Yar. Look, I look like Locke off of Game of Thrones. The guy who's got a spine.
Yeah, you do.
Guys.
Let's go to bed. There you go. Danny, that was...
Yeah.
that was
Thanks everyone for watching us. Y'all are awesome. And thanks Casey for saying so. It's
Thanks.
Buttcracker where you are. Thanks you.
everybody for watching. So is that all for this week, ladies? Not ladies and gents, ladies.
Ladies, that's it. That's it.
All right. And we're signing off. Bye, everybody.
Bye.